We're joined by Senator Peter Nwaoboshi, who is a senator representing Delta North. He's a member of the PDP. Morning, Senator, and thank you for joining us today. But many will immediately wonder, why was this vote of confidence necessary in the first place? Does it distract or take away from the fact that the Senate President still has a trial to face at the CCT?
Chamberlain, thank you very much for this question. You see, they said, like in any place, house of the law, and we expect acts in the interest of Nigeria and Nigerians. Now, when you take certain actions that are suspicious, when you do certain things that tend to undermine the integrity of the Senate, we have no option but to also come out to tell you that what you are doing is not right. Now, I want to go into the history of what is happening. When we resumed in this eighth session, the APC wanted a particular candidate to be the Senate President. But you cannot dictate to us. If you look at the Senate we have today, we have very mature persons who have excelled in their own endeavors. Former governors, people who have professors and all of them. And then you think you can sit in the comfort of your house and dictate to us who will become the leader of the Senate or the president of the Senate. And then we, the Senate, went and voted for somebody to become the Senate president of Nigeria. And then you think you can sit in your house, sitting wherever you are, and then you want to embarrass the president of the Senate. I don't understand what you're talking about. I don't understand what they're talking about. If APC is not ready to rule, like they are showing, they should tell Nigerians they're not ready and apologize to Nigerians. Because what they are doing now is they're not ready. They don't have any. Today, one crisis after the other.
Let me jump in a bit and seek clarification on this, because
PDP for the 16 years that they ruled this country.
Can you hear me, Senator?
Our party has had cause not to have not to get a particular candidate that we wanted, but we manage the situation.
I need to be sure you can hear. Can you hear me, Senator?
Yes, I'm hearing you now.
Okay, well, the two things you mentioned, you're giving a background history. So you're suggesting that the scenarios playing out is a continuation of that, which you've given us a background. But
of course, that is correct.
What is illegitimate about the Code of Conduct Tribunal's trial?
Chamberlain, nobody is saying that anybody should not be investigated. But look at what is on the ground. 13 years after, 13 years, you have just decided to come and investigate somebody. I have had many lawyers talk about there is no statute of limitation, there is no... I'm 25 years in the bar as a lawyer. And so when I talk, I am qualified to be in any position as far as the legal profession is concerned. But what we are talking about is, why is it now, after 13 years? But in any case, the case is before the tribunal. The man has his case, he will answer his case. Nobody is saying he should not answer. Nobody is saying that, make no mistakes about that. But what we are saying that, why is it taking you after four asset declaration, and then all of a sudden, you just said, this man did not declare this, and I do not intend to go into the merits and the merits of the case, because I've seen the charges. I've seen the charges as a lawyer. As far as I'm concerned, there's nothing there. It's not dancing in the court or in the tribunal. But what we're saying is that you have charged this man to court, you have to the tribunal, you have taken him there. If you think that what you want to achieve is because if you charge him to tribunal, then we will pass a vote, we will remove him. That is not going to happen. That we have elected him as our Senate President. We are confident. I'm one of the first people to speak about his being a Senate President. And I told Nigerians 3 reasons why I wanted him to be a Senate President. One, when the man was chairman of the Governors Forum, he was able to galvanize and hold the governors of different parties together. And I said, this was a man also who came out and said no to his father. I want equity. I don't want my sister to succeed me. Let other people another person becomes the governor of this state. This was also a man who was, because he was a governor, we have so many governors in the Senate. And you know what governors do. I've been a chairman of a party for 8 years. And there are so many governors there. He would be able to command the respect of the governors. No governor can intimidate him as a former governor. I gave my reasons to Nigerians why I wanted him to be the Senate president. But for you to now say, because you can sit in the comfort of your house and dictate to the Senate, this is the person that wants to be Senate president. We're saying no, you cannot dictate to us.
If you've gone through the charges and you say there's nothing there, so why should anyone, even the Senate president or the Senate, be bothered? Shouldn't it just let it run its course, nothing in the charges, it will be dismissed with time, and then you carry on with your regular activities?
Chamberlain, even the biggest, even an armed robber, Chamberlain, even if you arrest an armed robber, you will give him opportunity to make a statement. Even an armed robber, even a murderer, you will give him a witness statement paper to make his own statement. From there, you cannot draw conclusion. There is a man, you said, he has done something here. You have not even one day confronted him and said, these are the things we have found about you. I mean, even the Garden of Eden, Adam and Eve were asked to be, were confronted with their charges. And then you just hold a man, throw him into the dock. And what do you want to achieve? What is the motive? You just carry this man because you want to disgrace him, you want to humiliate him. You are not humiliating him. You are humiliating the institution which he stands for, and that is the Senate.
Senator Nwaoboshi, very quickly allow us to come in here, because now you're talking about motive. Chamberlain started off by asking why the vote of confidence, because this is the second time we're getting to see this overwhelming vote passed on the Senate president. And you say there is a motive. Let's talk about motives now. What motive are you talking about here?
What I'm trying to say, the motive is clear. I am saying that our books are very clear on this thing, on this issue. If you find a man, a man, you are saying that this man committed this offense or this offense, whether it is criminal, anything, you will allow him to explain it, to say state his own side of the issue. Now here is a man, the president of the Senate, the number 3 man in the country. You said there are issues in the asset declaration. I do not intend to go into the merits and demerits of the matter, because this is a matter before the court. But at least before you can take any man, even a criminal, to court, you will first give him a statement paper to state his own side. He will make his statement. Even an armed robber, you will give him a statement paper to make his own statement. But here is somebody, oh, he has committed this offense. Oh yeah, take him to the, what is the motive? You read between the lines. What is the motive? You have not even asked him. You have not even confronted him with the issues raised about him. You have not even confronted with complaints about his own asset declaration. And you just haul him there. And what is the motive? You want us to say, oh, the man he has committed this offense because of what has been happening. They took my brother Melu to court, and he was discharged. But before then, they have removed him as chairman of the power. You took Bankole. Before then, he was removed as a speaker. They took him to court. All you want, oh, okay, take him to court, put him in the dock, and then the Senate to remove him. We are saying no. Even if you cannot say a man is guilty until he's found guilty.
No one has said that from the look of things. Everyone, I think we believe that every cause
you are not being fair. Everybody, they have
what form of fairness? Because what Nigerians, a minute here.
He has no moral right to remain as a Senate president, and that is the motive. That is what they wanted to achieve, and we are saying no, you cannot achieve that motive.
But that's not from the CCB.
We are not talking we are talking of the people who took him there. You don't understand. You in your own heart, and from what you can see, it is not CCTV. We know what is happening. Look, we are Nigerians, and history. I'm a student of history. I read history and I lectured history in university, and you must go back to history to know what is happening. It is not just you will. What is the motive of docking him? You had his lawyer put him in the dock. Put him in the dock. Put him in the dock. That is all they wanted to achieve. And what you want is to humiliate. And when you are humiliating the institution of the Senate. You're not just Saraki. There's difference between Saraki as a senator from Kwara, and there's difference between Saraki as the president of Nigerian Senate. You must understand what we are talking about.
You know, but you would agree that there are two different things here we're talking about now. We're talking about the law, and no one is bigger than the law. If it's supposed to come before the CCT and answer to questions, irrespective of what position he holds today as the Senate President, you agree that, well, which he has done, it is in order, right?
We are not saying, make no mistakes about that. We are not saying, and he has not said he is above the law. Get it right. No, he has not said so. And the Senate has not said he's above the law. And nobody has said he's above the law.
Senator, if I may come in here, you have gone as far back as the history of, how the 8th Senate was inaugurated. But in recent context, you know that only recently the president and his vice were reminded of their promise to publicly declare their assets. And quite a number of people felt that if the president and his vice had just recently declared their assets, perhaps we should also be looking to the National Assembly to see the number 3 and perhaps all other senators within the chambers of the National Assembly and maybe the House of Reps and its Speaker declaring their assets in public to also show that they really mean this war against corruption. Is it something that you think the senators might consider in the light of this?
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. That is the issue we're talking about. The Senate, the president has declared his asset publicly, like you said. The vice president has done so, like you said, that they have declared their asset. The Senate president, Bukola Saraki, has also declared his asset. It's before the Code of Conduct Bureau. We are not charging him on the asset he has declared as a senator or the Senate president. And they have acknowledged his declaration of assets. It is now left for the Code of Conduct Bureau to publish the asset he has declared. It's before them. And senators have declared their assets. But what they are talking about is not the asset he declared as a senator.
Yeah, but what we're saying is to forestall this sort of, insinuations on witch hunt. If you can hear me, Senator, to forestall, to ensure that this type of, witch hunt, as it was in the senators are perceiving this to be, doesn't happen in future. Do you think that the senators will be willing to declare their assets publicly?
Of course, there's nothing wrong about that.
Are you willing to do that?
Of course.
Is this something we should expect?
What the asset is what you have before you came there, is it not? It's not, I have been the chairman of a party. I've been a businessman. I've been a lawyer for over 25 years. Is what I have before then. You want me to declare? Is that not, that's what we're asking for. Is it not that? Is that asset declaration?
Do you?
So what is the issue? What we're saying, Mokwe, is get it right. We are talking about what is on the ground now. Is it fair? The man has declared his asset. Publish his asset he has declared. You have it with you.
The issues.
If APC is ready to rule, if APC is ready to rule, if they were really taking them over 100 and something days to present the list of ministers, and the law says that ministers should be consulting with the president from time to time for the running of this thing. Is there in our constitution?